Good morning, it's Jim from maverickstar. My view on what's been happening over the last weekend over in the Middle East. Well, we saw Iran, deliberately square up to Israel and say, come on then, fight. They delivered 300 ballistic missiles, drones, etc. into the Iron Dome. Penetrated the Iron Dome, destroyed parts of the Iron Dome, and managed to deliver at least 5 or 6 of those missiles into that military complex with precision. And we know Israel are more than capable of, attacking and murdering children. We've seen that over the last 6 months in Gaza. Are they brave enough to take on an opponent that is more worthy of a fight? Let's see, because I don't think they are, to be honest, guys. I think they are cowards. You know what? It was easy pickings, weren't it, in Gaza? There's not really anyone fighting them back, but they are showing the world exactly, how they behave in, this over-exaggerated blitz on Gaza, which is a genocide. And everyone around the world knows it. And it makes me laugh because we had David Cameron on TV being interviewed by Kay Burley, who I really don't like, because she is just a fear-mongering person. I remember when we had a heat wave last year, she said England's burning. I thought, oh my God, a couple of houses have caught fire and England is burning, or Britain's burning. Oh my God. But she did square up to him, David Cameron, and she said, what would you do if the British consulate had been blown up in another country? And David Cameron said, well, we would go out and retaliate in an appropriate manner. And she said, well, wasn't that what Iran done? Because let's face it, Israel blew up the Iranian consulate with their top military people in there 2 weeks ago. That's why Iran attacked Israel. Now, David Cameron is saying that the response from Iran using 300 missiles was overkill. As nobody saw what Israel have done in Gaza. They have decimated the entire plateau where those people were living. They've killed over 30,000 people. Injured over 100,000 people seriously. And you know what? I think you may be sitting where you are right now listening to me thinking the very same thing. You know what, Israel? You're a bully. And Iran just squared up to you. Now let's see if you've got the balls. Let's see if you've got the meaty balls to go and fight a real fight with a real opponent. Because I know what's going to come next. As soon as Israel retaliate against Iran, they're just waiting for it. You know that? The bait is on the table. They are waiting for Israel to do it. Because right now, Israel is being attacked by Lebanon, by other surrounding countries, by Iran. You know what? I can see just a great big pile-up going on in Israel soon or later. And you know what? I got no sympathy, because they shared no sympathy for those people that they have murdered in the last 6 months in Gaza. And the whole world has seen it. So when we see Israel get pummeled, and I hope they do retaliate, I really do. I'm just, you know what, I've got my ice cream, I've got my popcorn ready. I'm just waiting for Iran to retaliate after Israel strike them back for that, what happened over the weekend. Because you know what, I believe in justice. What they did to those Gazans and the Palestinians was totally over action, over merited, just a slaughter. And we know you've been stealing land for years and years off them. No wonder why you've caused yourself friction in the Middle East. But you know what, I can see Israel having to evacuate very shortly. Let's just see whether Netanyahu the psychomaniac that he is, let's see his retaliation to a worthy opponent like Iran, and let's see what happens next. The reason why we're watching this flight tracker, it's called Flight Trader 24. It's a free website. You can watch anything going on with regards to aircraft anywhere around the world. You can even click on one of these aircraft and it'll bring up everything about it, even its altitude in flight at the present time. It's amazing. I was watching this Saturday morning because what I saw was the airspace clear from Iran all the way to Israel. There was no commercial public air traffic flying in that region. And the reason why is because there was 300 ballistic missiles coming from Iran, and some of those were drones that would take 7 hours to get there, but they did. And you know what, I've got to say, look at this. Who telegrams a government these days that they're going to attack them? No one. But Iran did. You know what, Iran didn't attack civilian areas of Israel. It attacked one target. The target was the F-35 base, which had launched an attack on its consulate. Think about that. No other country will telegram somebody 48 hours before they're going to launch an attack that they're going to do it, but they did, because they wanted to reduce civilian injuries. We would never do that in the UK. The United States would never ever do that at all. The last thing you do is declare war on somebody before you go to war with them. Usually, look at what happened with the Iraq war. We built our forces up in Kuwait and then we went in. There was no announcement of a war until the war was obvious. And you can hear them talking about it, these politicians. Oh, we're not going to telegram you that what we're going to do, like with the Houthis in the Red Sea. We're not going to give them a telegram. We're not going to let them know what's happening. You know, give them a heads up. Iran did. That's all I'm going to say. Iran told the world what they were going to do. You know why? I think because they wanted to embarrass Israel, and they've did that on a global platform. You blew up our consulate. We sent 300 ballistic missiles into your territory, and if you start a retaliation, then the next time it will just be on a grander scale. I love it. I really do. You know why? Because I've got no sympathy for anyone in Israel. Absolutely none whatsoever. You know what? You have allowed, your army to murder all those people in Gaza. We've all seen it on our TVs. You've destroyed everything in that country. You've turned it into rubble. You're telling me those 35,000 people that are dead right now were terrorists? Part of Hamas? What you've done is slaughter civilians. It's a war crime, and you've committed genocide, and everybody knows it. You've withheld water and food into that territory. That's genocide. That's a war crime. You deserve nothing more than what you're going to get, hopefully, in the next few weeks from a big slap off Iran. And you know what? Like I say, I've got my ice cream and I've got my popcorn, and I'm sitting here ready and waiting for it to all happen, because you know what? I love karma and I love justice. And what we're about to see is both of those things. So you know what, guys? You should get your ice cream ready, because this is going to get hot. And you know why I'm showing you Flight Trader is because you know when it's going to go down. They're going to shut the airspace down over Iraq, just like they did over the weekend. And you'll be the first to know what's going on, because if you're waiting for that mainstream media to kick in with its one-sided view like it always is, how the hell does David Cameron and Richie Sunak get away with what they come out with and what they talk about? Such double standards and hypocrisy. It's disgusting. You know what? We need to get rid of them. All of these people. They're warmongers. What they should be doing is backing away from Israel, withdrawing their support, withdrawing the funding, because what they're doing, and I think we all agree, what they are doing in Israel, in Gaza, is genocide. Let's call it what it is. You know what? Israel has showed the world who they are. You know what? We've seen exactly what sort of, person Netanyahu is a psychopath. A murdering psychopath with cold blood coursing through his veins. I don't care. You know what you think about my views on this? They're my views. I'm entitled to them. You know what? We're supposed to live in a democracy. We've got freedom of speech. You got anything to say to me? Put it down in the comments. I don't care. You know what? I'll have my view on this. Whether you share my views or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you share my views on climate or CO2 or the magnetic pole reversal, it doesn't matter. You know what? It's been removed in any case from you. Have you not realised? You don't get no more magnetic pole data unless you're on Patreon. And we're happy over there. You know what? There's 180 of us over there already enjoying what we normally do on a monthly basis over there. They're getting everything. They're getting the Earth Alpha at a glance. They're getting all the data on the positioning of the magnetic North Pole. You guys are sat here with your mainstream media dribble. You make the choice. You want to stay here for the freebies? Continue. It's up to you. You know what? You're the one missing out. We're enjoying ourselves over there on Patreon. You're welcome to come over. But you know what? If $5 is too much for you, then you know what? I'd rather you just unsubscribe and move along. There are plenty other YouTube channels out there I can easily direct you to. It's entirely up to you. If the $5 is too much, then you know what? I'm going to have to turn my back on you at this point, because you know what? $5 is nothing. Yeah? We kept it as low as we possibly could. There are people on Patreon that charge £20 sterling, not dollars. We don't. We've put the bottom lowest number in we could physically do, just so that we can try and maintain what we do here at our observatory. And you ain't getting this from anywhere else. You won't get it from anywhere else. There is, and like somebody said in the comments yesterday on the video I done, there are no competitors. We've got no competitors because there's no other observatory with equipment. Yeah, there are people talking about it on other channels, but they've got no equipment whatsoever. So where are they getting their information from? Ask yourself that question. What they can find on the internet, what is being regurgitated from mainstream organisations and media. That's it. The difference is here, which people failed to realise, failed to support, was we talk the talk and we walk the walk. There's a lot of people out there that just talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. Simple. Because they don't have no equipment whatsoever. That's what makes us different here at maverickstar Observatory, because we record our own information. That's because we collect data every 3 seconds, every 15 minutes with the magnetometer data, with the magnetosphere data. We collect muon data, we collect CO2 data, we collect atmospheric oxygen data, background radiation. We're all over it. And for $5, you can be all over it, but it's entirely up to you. We don't care anymore here. We've got a new attitude here at this observatory. It's you're with us or you're not. And having said that, guys, enjoy the best you can of today, and take care of your loved ones. As always, bye for now.